everyone, Ron Farrell 73 here with another best list video, and this is something I'd like to call best terror in the sea, horror in the water movies. And these are movies that takes place on the ocean with sharks and other sea creatures, and got quite a list here to show. First up is the movie Tentacles, and this is a pretty good killer octopus movie. Humanoids from the deep, and I like this one a lot, and I like the storyline where the monsters rape the women and kill the men, and the creatures are really cool looking, and it's got some really cool effects in it. Death Ship, and this was really rare until a couple years ago when this finally got a Blu-ray release, and this to me is kind of like The Shining at sea. The Shallows, and this is a pretty good movie. Wouldn't say not as good as Open Water, but pretty entertaining, and this will be in my next movie update, by the way. Ghost Ship from 2002, and this is pretty good, and it's got some really cool scenes in it. And the artwork is very similar to the movie Death Ship, by the way. This next one I don't have on DVD or Blu-ray, but I know that there's a special edition from Blue Underground, and talking about the movie Shockwaves, and saw the movie on VHS years ago, and it's a really cool terror at sea on an island movie where these vacationers are terrorized by these Nazi zombies. Open Water, and this is pretty good, and story's pretty good, and the sequel's okay, but not as good as the first one, and the ending credits are great also. And I have to go with this classic, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and I heard there is a sequel to this, and this definitely, I don't know if this started the trend or not, but the creature in this is really cool looking, and definitely an absolute classic. These next two I have to go with as a tie because they're both good, and this is a original and remake, and talking about Piranha and Piranha 2010, and this is from the original one from '78, and this is from 2010. I mean, this one is pretty good, and effects are pretty good, and the storyline is good, and this one, the remake, was great. Also, I liked Richard Dreyfuss's cameo in the beginning, and that added a nice touch, and definitely a really good throwback to the 50s B movies. And last but not least, can't forget this one, and I'm talking about the movie Jaws. Once a classic, and always will be a classic. And the first sequel is good. I mean, the other two, the last two, not so good, and really good performances. And read the book, and it's different from the movie, and Steven Spielberg's direction is great also, and absolutely a classic. Well, that's been it for this video. If you want to do a video response, feel free. Till then, take care and see ya.